Chapter 4. Reprogramming our old tapes. Be willing to take the first step, no matter how small it is. Concentrate on the fact that you are willing to learn. Absolute miracles will happen. Part 1. Affirmations do work. Now that we understand a little bit more about how powerful our thoughts and words are, we have to retrain our thinking and speaking into positive patterns if we are going to get the beneficial results. Are you willing to change your self-talk into positive affirmations? Remember, every time you think a thought and every time you speak a word, you are saying an affirmation. An affirmation is a beginning point. It opens the way to change. In essence, you are saying to your subconscious mind, I am taking responsibility. I am aware that there is something I can do to change. When I talk about doing affirmations, I mean continuously choose sentences or words that will either help to eliminate something from your life or help to create new in your life. And you do this in a positive way. If you say, I don't want to be sick anymore, the subconscious mind hears sick more. You have to tell it clearly what you do want. That is, say, I am feeling wonderfully well. I radiate good health. The subconscious mind is very straightforward. It has no strategy or designs. What it hears is what it does. If you say, I hate this car, it doesn't give you a wonderful new car because it doesn't know what you want. Even if you get a new car, you will probably hate it soon because that is what you have been saying about it. The subconscious only hears, hate this car. You need to clearly declare your desires in a positive way. As in, I have a beautiful new car that suits all my needs. If there is something in your life that you really dislike, I have found one of the quickest ways to release it, and it is to be blessed with love. I bless you with love, and I release you and let you go. This works for people, situations, objects, and living quarters. You could even try it on a habit you would like to be free of and see what happens. I had one man who said, I bless you with the love and release you from my life, to every cigarette he smoked. After a few days, his desire for smoking was considerably less, and in a few weeks, the habit was gone. Part 2. You deserve good. Think for a moment. What is it you really want right now? What is it you want today in your life? Think about it. And then say, I accept for myself whatever it is you want. This is where I find that most of us get stuck. The bottom line is the belief that we don't deserve to have what we want. Our personal power lies in the way we perceive our diversibility. Our not deserving comes from childhood messages. Again, we don't have to feel that we cannot change because of these messages. Oftentimes, people will come up to me and say, Louise, affirmations don't work. It really has nothing to do with the affirmations. It is the fact that we don't believe we deserve the good. The way to find out if you believe that you deserve something is to say an affirmation and notice the thoughts that come to you as you say it. Then write them down, because when you see them on paper, they will be very clear to you. The only thing that keeps you from deserving or loving yourself or whatever is someone else's belief or opinion that you have accepted as truth. When we don't believe that we deserve good, we will knock the pinnings out from under ourselves, which we can do in a variety of ways. We can create chaos, We can lose things, we can hurt ourselves, or have physical problems like falling or have accidents. We have to start believing that we deserve all the good that life has to offer. In order to reprogram the false or negative beliefs, what would be the first thought that you would need to begin to create this new whatever in your life? What would be the building block or the foundation that you would need to stand on? What would be the sort of thing that you would need to know for yourself, to believe, to accept? Some good thoughts to start with would be, I am worthwhile. I am deserving. I am love. I love myself. I allow myself to be fulfilled. These concepts form the very basis of beliefs on which you can build. Do your affirmations on top of these building blocks to create whatever you want. Whenever I speak somewhere, somebody will come up at the end of the lecture or will write me a letter and tell me that he or she has had a healing take place while he or she was in the room. Sometimes it's very minor and sometimes it's quite dramatic. A woman came up to me recently and told me that she had a lump in her breast, and it literally disappeared during the lecture. She heard something and she decided to let something go. This is a good example of how powerful we are. When we are not ready to let something go, when we really want to hold on to something because it is serving us in some way, it doesn't matter what we do. It probably won't work. However, when we are ready to let it go, as this woman was, it's amazing how the smallest circumstance can help us release it. If you still have a habit that you haven't released, ask yourself how it serves you. What do you get out of it? If you can't get an answer, ask in a different way. If I no longer had this habit, what would happen? Very often the answer is, my life would be better. It comes back to the fact that we believe we don't deserve a better life in some way. Part 3. Ordering from the Cosmic Kitchen. When you first say an affirmation, it may not seem true. But remember, affirmations are like planting seeds in the ground. When you put a seed in the ground, you don't get a full-grown plant the next day. We need to be patient during the growing season. As you continue to say the affirmation, either you'll be ready to release whatever you don't want, and the affirmation will become true, or it will open a new avenue to you. Or you may get a little brilliant brainstorm. Or a friend may call you and say, have you ever tried this? You will be led to the next step that will help you. Keep your affirmations in the present tense. You can sing them and make a jingle out of them so they repeat over and over in your head. Remember that you cannot affect a specific person's actions with your affirmations. To affirm that John is now in love with me is a form of manipulation, and it is trying to have control over another person's life. It will usually have a boomerang effect on you. You will become very unhappy, and when you don't get what you want, you can say, I am now loved by a wonderful man who is, and list the qualities you want in the relationship. That way, you allow the power within you to bring to you the perfect person to fill that bill, who may possibly be John. You don't know what another person's spiritual lesson is, and you don't have a right to interfere in their life process. You certainly wouldn't want someone else doing it to you. If someone is ill, bless them and send them love and peace. Don't demand that they get well. I like to think of doing affirmations as placing our order in the cosmic kitchen. If you go to a restaurant and the waiter or waitress comes and takes your order, you don't follow them into the kitchen to see if the chef got the order or how he is going to prepare the food. You sit and drink your water or coffee or tea, or you talk to your friend, and maybe eat your roll. You assume that your food is being prepared and will be out when it is ready. It's the same when we begin to do affirmations. When we put our order into the cosmic kitchen, the great chef, our higher power, is working on it. So you go on with your life and know it is being taken care of. It's on order. It's happening. Now, if the food comes out and it isn't what you ordered, and if you have self-esteem, you will send it back. If not, you will eat it. You always have the right to do what you want in the cosmic kitchen. If you don't get exactly what you want, you can say, "No, that's not quite it. This is what I meant." Perhaps you weren't clear in the ordering. The idea here, too, is to let go. At the end of my treatments and meditations, I use the words, "and so it is." It is a way of saying, higher power, it's in your hands now. I release it to you. Spiritual mind treatment, which is taught by the science of mind, is very effective. You can obtain more information about it through your local religious science church or through books by Ernest Holmes.